as Kirby said, we've been lucky enough to have 7 horses in the Kentucky Derby through the years, but they wanted us to talk about our first one, which was Harlan's Holiday. We were lucky enough to, we got in the business in 2000 and decided to go buy some yearlings. We knew nothing about the business, obviously, but we had enough sense and enough luck to get a good bloodstock agent who directed us toward the 3 yearling sales. And out of that first sale that we bought, Harlan's Holiday was one of the horses. And little did we know that he'd be our, first Derby starter, and turned out to be the favorite in that Derby. I think he went off at something like 6-1 and was a record high for the Derby odds as being the favorite. But in any case, the horse won the Florida Derby and then the Bluegrass Stakes, and ended up coming into the Derby, at which time I think I would just like to share with the experience of having a horse like that, and talking about Derby Week a little bit and the things that we went through. And as far as we didn't have partners then, but we had 75 of our closest friends and relatives at the Derby. Hi, Artie. Artie was there. And Churchill was real good with getting us, accommodated with the tickets and getting us, box seats on the finish line, and before they got all the bad rap of not doing a good job. But they treated us very well. And, the week leading up to the Derby, I think, is probably as exciting as the Derby itself. We did the balloon ride. I've been interested in aviation all my life, and to do that balloon ride and go through that race that they go through, and go over the Ohio River and drop the sandbags, and we lost that race too, by the way. All these winners are up here, and they got me talking about my losers. So in any case, that was a highlight. The trainer's dinner with John Asher was something I'll never forget, and very emotional. We auctioned off Harlan's Holiday's halter. I think we set a record. I think I was the drunk underbidder, but it sold for like $9,000. I think that's still a record. But and then on the backside that whole week, it's something else as far as meeting the celebrities. I even got a Harlan's Holiday hat autographed by Bo Derek, which I still have. I've lost all the other stuff, but I still have the Bo Derek hat. And just being out there with the press and with the horse and the trainer, all the connections to the grooms and all that. I'm sure a lot of us here have been out there on the backside, but I think that's the highlight. But then you get to the race, you get up. We stayed in the B&B on 3rd Street, got out there, early enough, got our seats, went to the backside, and then what everybody talks about is obviously the walkover, and it's pretty exciting. It's very exciting, and we've got of the 75, we probably got 40 of us walking over. And the horse is going at a good clip, so fat guys like me need to hustle up a little bit. But it's really pretty cool when you, especially being from Louisville like I am, and we moved back here, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago. But in any case, seeing the faces of people you can even see that when you come over with that walkover, and it's pretty exciting. The bloodstock agent had arranged for a plane to come over. It was my 53rd birthday on that particular day, saying happy birthday. So I figured I got this race won, right? So in any case, the experience in the paddock is something else also. You get to see the trainer, the jockey, talk about strategy a little bit. By the time they get out of the paddock, hopefully you get back to your seats, which we did, get the old Kentucky home song, get the tears going there, get the post parade. We were 14 out of 18. There were 2 scratches that year. We were in the last slot before the auxiliary gate. Got a good start. Came by the first time. We were about mid-pack, maybe 6th or 7th. First turn, we were 5 wide, got, pushed out a bit. On the backside, we're going at a pretty good clip. The War Emblem's gone in 47. And then at the beginning of the far turn, I hear Durkin say, and I got my binoculars on the horse, he says, and Harlan's Holiday is clipping horse by horse. And I'm saying, oh, shit. I mean, this horse might win this race. And at the head of the stretch, I see his white blaze, and he's really making a move. And so I'm thinking, we got a shot at winning this thing. And then at the 8th pole, he's still moving. At 16th pole, he flattens out, and War Emblem wins the race. And I forgot to tell you the story at the draw. Sheikh Salman, who owned War Emblem, he and I were sitting next to each other at the draw. And before the draw, he said, let's trade horses. And of course, my horse was 6-1, his was 21. I said, no way. I didn't know if he was serious or not. So his horse wins. I see him next week at the Preakness, or 2 weeks later at the Preakness. I said, is the deal still good? And he said, nope. But as it turned out, Harlan turned out to be a better stallion. War Emblem couldn't get any mares in full, and we retired the horse after he won the Don Handicap in the Pennsylvania Derby. He became a wonderful stallion. We bought a number of his offspring. Neolithic just ran 3rd in the Dubai World Cup, and he's in the second last crop of Harlan's. He passed away in November of 13, so it was a great horse, and he keeps giving, and that's my Derby story.